Emrah, we were waiting for a long time. You were in the first place in the list to call you here to make an interview because we know that you have a great success story. Back years ago, we worked together in a pizza delivery.
Yeah, I remember very clearly.
Yeah, and right now you're working in as a software engineer,
Yes.
right, in a company. But it's unbelievable, like how you transformed your career from software engineering. Like this is whole transition years, right? We're gonna talk about that. Tell us what you did when you came US.
When I came here like years ago,
Mhm.
I came here without any plan, without any ambition, without any goals. I came here with nothing.
Uh-huh.
And what I did is I delivered food, I did Uber, and I worked at bars and restaurants. And I didn't have any goal. I was going with the flow. Remember, I was delivering pizza with you.
Yes.
And years later, you called me and then you said that, hey, there's a school and then you can make a lot of money. And then I was like, this guy is a scam.
Yeah. He became scammer, right? He was my friend like years ago. Now he's a scammer. He's trying to get my money.
I'm like, if I didn't know this guy, I was gonna say it's scam.
Mhm.
But on our phone talk, I didn't say anything. But after that, this is scam. This is like a pyramid scheme that we know already like years, right? And what I did is when you called me to start this boot camp, right? Like
Mhm.
years ago.
Mhm.
What I did is I sent my friend first.
Yeah.
I convinced my my friend. I said, "Hey, do you wanna make like a lot of money? There's a school. You
Mhm.
can go, but you don't have to pay first month. Just
Mhm.
go check what's going on." And then he started, and then he said, "Hey, it's good, man." And then I got convinced, and I started as well. I started boot camp, and since then my life drastically changed.
Mm.
It's a better way, way better way. Um, yeah, it's been a while since then, and I'm living the best life right now.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I remember when we were working in a pizza, we were just competing to make more money on a day, right? So we were like, we didn't have a DoorDash or Grubhub like currently the delivery guys have, right? We used to work on a one pizza delivery place where we were staying in a line to get our order, give our order, come back, stay in a line again, right? We were always staying in a line and
Yeah.
talking to each other and competing, saying how much you made today. You're like, I made like $110, and I be like, I made $90. You made $20 more than me. How did you make that? That was very interesting days. So your transition, right, from this pizza, from different things, um, how you were actually convinced, like 100% convinced to come to this school?
So I have my best friend.
Mm.
He has a company and he's very successful person. We started living together, and then he pushed me into IT. Like go to IT, go to IT. I was like, man, why are you pushing me to the IT? I don't have any background. I am not good at technology at all. And you know me on my phone, I am using only couple of apps. I'm not good at technology. Why are you pushing me? But he pushed me for 1 year.
Yeah.
He never gave up. And one night, we had very hard conversation. Um, we were talking like it's around 4 a.m., but it's very heavy conversation. He's telling me like all this reality. I was shaking. I was really like shaking that night because I don't have any goal in the light. I'm really guilty of that. And he said that, hey, I've been pushing you for 1 year. I don't know. I'm gonna try one more thing. If it's not gonna convince you, okay, then I don't have anything to do. What he said is like he told me how much he makes. He's in technology, by the way. So when he told me how much he makes, I was like, wow, I've been living with you and then you make that much money. Next day, I got convinced. I next day I knew that my life has to change and I have to have a goal in this life. And because I came here, I put myself in a suitcase and I left my country and I came here. It has to worth it something, you know. It's with delivery pizza or Uber driver. I'm not I'm not saying that they're the bad jobs, but I know my purpose is not driving Uber or something. I had to change it. So next day I got convinced and I applied and I started my journey boot camp. So
That's great. So, how was your journey?
since then, first like getting interviews and it was quite the journey. It was uh, I'm not gonna say it was easy. If it was easy, everyone can do that, and the salary wouldn't be that much.
Yeah.
It's not about you have background or you are smart or you have good English. It's not about that. It's about how dedicated you are, how how much you want that, how much you want to change. Um, First time in my life, being a while, of course, I don't have any worry about my bills, my rent. I can buy whatever I want. It gives me, flexibility. I can travel. I can focus on my hobbies more. So since then, I became a professional dancer. See, like I had this um, talent,
Mm.
passion, but you always have a worry, like every month, how I'm gonna pay my rent, how I'm gonna survive. When you have these worries, how are you gonna focus on your passion? Is this job my passion? No. But do I love my job? Yes. I love my job. I love all this software stuff because I am working with smart people. Um, so since I don't have that background, like it's kind of boring. Engineering, it's nerdy. Yes, I'm not saying that it's bad, but I have a different background, and I'm like colorful at the, whenever I am in meetings, I have always something funny to say, right?
Yeah.
So I am like when we go to the like meetings, they always try to make me talk because I'm like interested in the room.
Okay.
So that gives me extra leverage.
Mm-hmm.
So when I start first time, I was trying to survive in this job because you know that you don't have that background and how are you gonna survive? I was trying to survive for a month. I was trying to be nice with everyone. Like maybe if they decide to fire me, at least they would say like, "This is good person. Let's not fire." But
Mm-hmm.
again, I had another conversation with my best friend, and he told me like, "Hey, why are you trying to survive? Even if you don't do anything, they're gonna fire you maybe in 3 months. Instead of surviving, change your perspective. Take this as an opportunity to learn." I was like, first I was trying to analyze like what he's trying to say, but after an hour, I was like, I realized, yeah, he's right. Next day, what I did is I'm working with 25 years of software engineers. They are genius, and I'm working with them, right? And then one day, this 25 years of experienced software engineer, he asked me, "Hey, can we do this project? It's an automation and stuff." I was like, "Yeah, of course, we can do that." I don't have any idea how to do that. Zero. But I trusted myself. I was like, when I put myself somewhere that I don't know, but something is given to me as a duty, I do anything to be successful. I trusted myself. I said yes, but I was like, okay, now what I'm gonna do? I'm asking around. I'm researching. I like sometimes like it took. like 3 days for a click something. 3 days. But this was the best because I learned a lot. You cannot learn from success. No, it's just, you know, but when you fail, on the way, you learn 10 more things. And what I did is I just focused, dedicated. And by the way, in my team, I am the first person who started automation.
Automation testing, right?
Automate, yeah. They didn't, they had everything manual.
Wow.
So I am the first. And then they started making fun of me like, oh, automation guy, what's up? What did you automate today?
Yeah.
So in my team, whenever automation like been like mentioned, they look at me. So
Wow.
I became successful at this job.
So, what do you think helped you? Like, what kind of habits you had? It made you that successful.
Um, hmm, okay, so before this job, I was worrying about all this, like how I'm gonna survive, how I'm gonna pay my bills and stuff. Now that I didn't have those worries, what I did is I focused on myself. Like, try to make new habits. My old habits were like really bad. Not like bad, but it wasn't helping anymore because I am in the new level now. So I
Mhm.
have to compete with others. What I did is I created new habits. What I I was talking to ChatGPT, all this AI stuff, almost every day. I still use it on like any area of my life. So you have to focus on yourself. Like you have to get better and better. That's what I did. I took everything as an opportunity. They like one day they mentioned performance testing in my team, and in the whole company, there's only two people does performance testing, and we have to wait a lot for them. I was like, okay, that's actually struggle, but that's a big opportunity for me.
Yeah.
I was like, and hey, guys, I'm gonna learn this tool. I'm gonna download this tool, and I'm gonna learn this tool. And then they were like, wow. And because this was a problem, but I would solve this problem. And then if I solve this problem, I'm gonna be successful in the company. What I did is I started this, and I started with another project with a software engineer. I even talked to director. Like I one day I presented this new project to director, and then director like imagine I start working, but I skipped all this stuff, and then I was in front of director one day and presenting the project, and he loved it.
So,
I used this opportunity as my financial goals. So financially, I am great now.
mhm.
I am able to do extra businesses and everything. But what I did most importantly is I focused on my passion because I've been dancing all my life, but I never did it like professional way. What I did is I took classes because I don't have any financial worry anymore, and I took classes and everything. Now I'm a professional dancer. Um, Actually, I teach as well. So I teach a Latin dance called bachata. So I teach it, and then my new goal is I'm gonna open my dance studio, and I'm
Wow.
gonna make it a dance school for everyone. But I'm gonna still keep my IT because like when you open a new business, if it's if it's the only source of income, you like, is it gonna work? And
Yeah.
then you always worry and worry. When you open a new business, you have to wait.
That's
So
very smart decision because I see people who has this some passion. They say I don't want to be IT engineer. Nobody wants to be IT engineer, right? We all go to study IT and get IT job in order to be financially independent, right? So people be like, I want to do this, but whatever, right? Let's say open a dancing studio or opening, I don't know, like a restaurant or opening some other business, right? In order to do that, you need to be financially independent so you have free time so you can invest your time there and build your other business. But to be financially independent, you can't just drive Uber because your hour is your money, right? And if you lose your hours, then you lose your money. You can't just do that. But in IT, you work 9 to 5, and the rest of the time you are available and you have your weekend. You can spend your time on your business. It's your side hustle, right? You can spend rest of your time in your passion, and then only you can build it. But again, like you said, when even you build that, you still keep that job as your backup, right?
Exactly.
If your business will fail, can that happen? It can. So you are not dependent on that, because if you are dependent only to that business, you are you screwed. You can be failed. So it's better to keep some your strong side, which is your financial independence thing, IT, and do your
Yeah.
business. Because when I listen to people, everyone wants to open their business, right? Everyone wants to do they want to work on themselves, which is right, and I agree with the people. That's the way they need to focus on. But to get there, they need to make themselves financially independent,
Yes.
and that's what I hear from you right now. You want to do that, and you want to keep your job. That gives you confidence to pay your bills,
Exactly.
right? You have some extra savings. You can, invest on something. That's a very smart move. I like what you do. Keep up doing that, right? But you're dancing, right? Tell us a little bit more about your dancing story. How did you start that? I know we were delivering the pizza together. One day I found out about you on social media that you were dancing, doing some bachata, some zumba. Like, it's very interesting for me, because tell me, how did you start for it?
See, like, even if you have a hobby that you want to share with the world,
Mhm.
even for this, you need a financial situation. Like, your financial uh, uh, numbers are important. See, like, if I wasn't still Uber driver, maybe I was gonna dance sometimes.
Mm.
But inside me, like deep down, I wanna be a star. I wanna be at the stage.
Yeah.
And to get there, I cannot do this with Uber.
Mhm.
So as an immigrant, you like our lives, relationship with the money, they didn't teach us how. Like they just teach us like make enough, just make kids. If you have a kids, if you have a regular job,
By
then
how?
you are successful. Buy a house and you are successful. Paying all these years, that was um the success means. Success means you have a family, kids, and a regular job, and then you are successful. No, that's not the success. How we grow up is we didn't see the real success. We grow up in like public schools. We see like regular standard people. There is no success around you. When you don't see success around you, you will never know how to be successful. And now, what I did is, now that I don't have any worry about my financial situation, what I did is, I want to be a star. I want to be a well known bachata instructor and dancer. And I want to travel the world with my passion. So, what they say is, find a passion, convert to convert it to the business. You will be so successful because you will never get tired because it's your passion. You will never, and then you will be doing that 4 a.m. in the morning. Doesn't matter, but it's your passion. So I'm gonna be very successful. See, like I am saying that I will be successful. I am not saying like I need to be successful or I will be. I know that I vision myself. So vision in yourself is very important because when you close your eyes, think about that something you already accomplished. How does it feel? When you do that, your brain thinks like, is it really happening right now? Your brain doesn't know the difference. And then it's like, oh, it's feeling good. Your mind helps you to do it. And then you become successful. So that's what I did. And now I am in 5%, even in the Americans. I'm an immigrant, yes, but I am even in the 5% as a salary, as a financial situation. Now, what I do is I invest my money on stock market and stuff. Money brings money. You know, before when I was like server or Uber driver, my friends used to ask me like, why, why are you still doing this? I was like, I was happy. I was happy with I'm happy with my life. I loved serving food and everything.
Yeah.
But when I got this job, I see the real happiness now. It wasn't happiness or it was just going with the flow. Now what I want is not a not an ordinary life. I want extraordinary life. Because you see these millionaires, billionaires, most of them they felt like they deserve that. They think that way. But we never like grow up with this. Like nobody teach us like when you want more, it's like it was bad for the society. I want more money. But they think that and then when you get better, it's like, oh, you changed.
Yeah.
You changed. You're like you're a different person now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But the the point
Yeah.
of
Right.
this life is changing.
Change.
You have to change.
You have to
You
change.
have to get better and better and better. In this journey, um, I ended my relationships, with friends, because your friends cannot keep it up, like work in the same road with you anymore. Like some people are seasonal in your life. They serve and they do their time and then they leave. So now I glow
That's
and
great.
successful.
Yeah. When you gotta change, right? That's the important key. Like if you grow, if you wanna grow, you need to change yourself. You need to change. And when you change, people around you will be like, oh, you changed. And the less friends you have, this it means you're becoming more successful, right? The
Exactly.
more people criticize you, it means you're doing the right things, right? So um, that's what we need to think, right? And like you mentioned, you will be a server, you are so happy, right? And because nobody taught you to be happier, there's some of the stuffs that can make you more happier, right? Because like a school years, right? Nobody taught us how to manage the money, how to make the money, right? So we were all being taught to be a good employee. That's why a lot of people are good employees. That's why they are working. And they cannot get out of the box, which means they cannot get out of the being employee. They cannot make, their own job. So, but your success, being a server, which you are doing your best, you are trying your best. Every job you have to appreciate that and you gotta try your best for it. And that's what you did. And when you saw better things, that's why your life awards you with the better things, like you get the software engineering job with the better salary, right? If you keep your job on the best shape, which means you try your best for your job, the doors opens up for you for more things. So that's what we need to also keep in mind, that we gotta do our job the best. Even we gotta give our 100%. We gotta commit ourselves for everything that we do to be successful in any of those jobs. You need to have the same characters, which is your consistency, your passion to that job, your hard work for that job. If you do all this, you will be successful on any job.
Exactly.
So if you be best server, it doesn't mean you can hold the food very well, you can serve very well. It means that you are consistent. It means you are a hard worker because you are doing your best.
And then one day, like
Mhm.
when I was serving food, I heard this from many people. What, like couple of tables, they said, "You were born for this job.
Mhm.
You are really good at this job." Actually, you are not good at like being server. You are good with people.
Yeah.
So you can use this in anywhere.
Yes.
How you sell yourself better. So I have recommendation for people when they go to interview. Um, just sell yourself higher, because you have to know your worth. And then when you have that kind of confidence, these companies are gonna chase you.
Yeah.
One day I was just having like interviews for fun. Like I never stop having interviews, by the way, since I started working. I do it because I keep myself sharp
Very
all the
good.
time. And one day when I had an interview, what I did is I was the one asking questions. Like
Mm.
I turned the table, I asked them questions, and then those people, this guy
He
knows what
knows.
he's doing,
Yeah.
and they chased me for days. We are gonna give you more money. We are gonna give. They chased me, so that's how you behave. It's not only interviews in the life. You have to know your worth. So that's how you become successful in this
Right.
life.
So that job showed you that you can communicate with the people. You make people love you, right? I think that's the key in everywhere, in any job. Like in your software engineering, it's communication with the people. In
Yes.
your bachata classes, it's the communication with your students. You gotta, if they like you, even if you can't dance, you try your best and you make them feel good. That's what makes you successful. It's not be very professional on your dance.
Yeah.
It's being a good teacher for your students,
Exactly.
right? Trying to talk to your students the way that you want to hear, right? Like, I know this phrase, but I don't remember exactly how it sounds. If the person knows how to put himself on the client side, that person will be always successful. So
Exactly.
we need to know what we will be expecting in this situation from myself. If I was the client sitting here, right, and I was serving the food, how this client will like my serve, right? So we gotta always put ourselves in the shoes of our clients, right, in any business.
Yes.
Yes, great. That's a great conversation. We got from pizza delivering to IT, from IT to the business side, right? But anything else you want to share with our audience?
So, what I can say is, for people, pay attention to yourself, because one day my friend told me like, "Hey, think about your life now. All the jobs you did, you were successful. I never thought about my life like that before." And then when I think about it, even my manager 12 years ago, he's still calling me. Like I was server, I was just simple server, but he's still calling me. Why? Because I did my job very well and I earned the respect. So when I thought that way, I was like, okay, in IT, I don't have the knowledge. I have everything, just I don't have the knowledge. When I have this knowledge, I'm gonna be successful there too.